When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple whom he loved standing beside her, he said to his mother, "Woman, here is your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Here is your mother." And from that hour, the disciple took her into his own home. We immerse ourselves in Mary's entrustment to God. We consign ourselves to her so that our response to God acquires something of her strength and solidity. Let us not rely on the Virgin Mary to conclude our ascent towards holiness in her, but rather to arrive in full communion with God. Let us conclude this novena by preparing ourselves to renew our entrustment to Mary, Help of Christians, as a Salesian family. The presence of Mary is fundamental to our Salesian identity, as was the entrustment made by Jesus of the beloved disciple to the mother, and of this to John. It is a question of taking Mary into the house. As Father Egidio Vigano said, Article 11 of the Charismatic Identity Charter of the Salesian Family, entitled With Mary at Home, says, "Ever since childhood, Don Bosco referred to Mary as the teacher and the mother, because as such she had been indicated to him by the character in the 9-year dream. In his first educational experience, embarking on the path of the local church, he entrusted his work to the Virgin Mary. The poor and endangered boys felt protection and consolation in her. Mary is considered not only as Mother of the Church and Help of Christians, but also as Mother of all humanity, such that collaborators of various groups of the Salesian family, also belonging to other religions, have a sincere devotion to her. It can thus be said with good reason that the Salesian family is a Marian family. Mary's presence is experienced as a mother and teacher of spirituality and apostolic life, experienced firsthand as she guides and defends us daily. Devotion to Mary was, with those towards Jesus, the Eucharist and the Pope, one of the 3 devotions which mark the spiritual and apostolic life of Don Bosco. The whole Salesian family is and feels itself to be a Marian family, born from the maternal concern of the Immaculate Help of Christians. All groups, in fact, express this conviction in their own constitutional texts. Therefore, the daily entrustment to Mary characterizes our spirituality. Entrusting is an ascending dynamism. It is making the gesture of self-giving in order to respond generously to a mission to be accomplished. But it is also a descending dynamism, welcoming with trust and gratitude the help of she who guided Don Bosco and continues to guide the spiritual family that originated from him.
Impegno.
Let us prepare ourselves to celebrate the sacraments of reconciliation and the Eucharist with faith by asking Mary, Help of Christians, to renew Don Bosco's apostolic ardor in our families and groups.
Atto di affidamento. O Maria Ausiliatrice.
O Mary, Help of Christians, as our father Don Bosco did with the boys of the Baldocco Oratory on the occasion of cholera, we too, in a world affected by the coronavirus epidemic, want, as a Salesian family, to express our filial entrustment to your motherly heart. Comfort the sick and their families. Support doctors and healthcare professionals. Help all members of society and governments. Welcome everyone who has died from this epidemic.
e soprattutto
Above all,
rinnova
in
in
each of
ciascuno
us,
di noi e nelle nostre
renew
comunità
in our
e nelle
communities and
nostre
families
famiglie la fede nel tuo
faith
Figlio Gesù
in your
morto
Son Jesus,
e
dead
risorto.
and risen.
E facendo nostre
Making Don Bosco's words our own, we say to you, O Mary, powerful Virgin, you great and illustrious Presidium of the Church, you wonderful help of Christians, you terrible as an army deployed in battle, you who alone have destroyed every heresy in the world, you in anxiety, struggles and hardship, defend us from the enemy, and at the hour of our death receive our souls into heaven. Amen.